the same faith. See, we got to understand sometimes is that you can come from a particular gene pool, but it does not mean that you're going to have the same faith that's within your gene pool. Just because my grandmothers were women of God and my elders were men of God, it did not mean that I would automatically become a man of God. For if you remember some of my testimony that I won't get into, you'll remember that I have not always been a man of God. So just because you are a descendant of a particular gene pool, it does not mean that you're going to have the same faith. The next thing about Hobab is that Hobab was familiar with the workings of God, but he was not familiar with God. Since Hobab was living with the Israelites and he was the brother-in-law of Moses, and Moses is the prophet and the man of God, he was close to Moses. But the thing about it is that he had the opportunity of seeing everything that God could do. But it did not mean that just because he saw it that he was familiar with the way that God is. The next thing about Hobab is that Hobab looked at the children of Israel and he gets the close acquaintance with something, whether it is a person, a place, or a thing. See, it really doesn't matter if it's a who, if it's a what, if it's a place that you used to go, if it's a place that you still go, if it's a place that you say you don't go no more and people see you at that place when they ain't even supposed to be at the place. You are still acquainted with these particular things. See, familiarity represents what you know according to what you have experienced. See, Hobab really knows what you're doing. But the thing about it is this, is that many times people do not want to leave familiar territory. You got to understand is that just like them, you also did not want to leave familiar territory. And the thing about it is that your salvation in the beginning was kind of codependent upon what you knew about your familiar territory. See, the thing about it is that I'll be this much saved as long as I can still hang out with a couple of homeboys and nobody ever see me. And that's the thing about us. We think we can do things and nobody never sees what we do. But the thing about it is that even though you don't see my truck and I don't see your car, it does not mean that God is not always watching you. So the thing about it is that we cannot condition our salvation on our familiarity and how much I'm going to be able to hang on to what I got. I got some fake friends, because you got some friends that will support you when you're wrong. And the thing about it is that you know you wrong, they know you wrong, y'all know y'all wrong, but the thing about it, they will support you in your wrongness. A fake friend will also tell you this. A fake friend will tell you, don't worry about what other people say about you. And the thing about it is that you got to be careful about some reputations. Because I found out something on the streets. I say on the streets. I got to make the difference between on the streets and in the church. That sometimes a reputation that you get, there is how you say that, a teensy little piece of validity there. You dress like one. You talk like one. Then when somebody calls you one, you get upset. And the thing about it, what had me confused, friend. A true friend will tell you when you're wrong. And the thing about it is that you can't persuade them otherwise. See, I got to appreciate the true friends in my life that tell me, Brother Jeff, you wrong. You know, all right, keep it clean, preacher. Yeah, I'm not preaching all the time. Y'all got to understand. Yeah, the thing about it is that I'm just like you. When I hit my finger with a hammer, you know, it don't really come out, praise the Lord. Hey, you know. Another thing about a true friend is this, is that a true friend will not encourage you in your sin. See, the thing about it is that you got to understand is that when Moses was looking at Hobab, Moses was looking at the condition that Hobab was in. And the thing about it is that Moses did not want Hobab to stay where he was at. So in other words, he got persistent in telling him that, hey man, this is one of the first evangelism trips.